was a wonderful child.
He just has a way of winning people over.
He liked to sit at the table and draw. He was a smart little boy. He was very grown up. He wanted to be a doctor.
Still hurts her.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Ephraim was in a car accident, and it was life-changing.
The next block over from us, they had a big backyard party.
One of the neighbors, Ephraim's friend.
This boy had a girlfriend, and she was kind of flirting with another guy or something. He went and jumped in the car, and Ephraim got in the car with him, trying to calm him down. Got going so fast, and the road got dips in it, and the car went airborne. And Ephraim went through the windshield and went 50-some feet. They took him to Montgomery General Hospital, 19 major operations. This doctor said, well, if you get him to New York, he said, I will see that he can walk.
You walk
out of there. And they did.
The whole thing, 4 years in the hospital.
They said, just put him in a nursing home and just forget about him, get rid of all his things, because they just figured that there would never be a time when he would be able to do anything with them.
I was doing everything I could to, to get him better. And I could see he wanted to get better too. It was a hurting type thing all the time, because you kind of put yourself in him, and feel it. So
we see this every day on the news, what happened to him, and it happens every day. It's kind of heartbreaking. He came home one night, he says, I think I want to do art. And that's how this art thing started. Before he even started going to college, he would just doodle and do things, which were very good. I mean, he sketched cars and things like that. When he started college, he was doing live models and everything.
His artwork was just fantastic.
He can look at whoever, just the picture, and he can draw it exactly the way he saw it.
Some of his first pieces are some of the best things he ever did. Sketches originally, and then he did watercolors, and then he did oils. We had a great showing, and he was getting $300 and some for pictures.
the things he carves, you can't believe.
He's strong. I mean, his arm is powerful.
1, 2, 3.
Ephraim goes to school Monday through Friday. He will show us whatever he did during the day. And sometimes I ask him, can you draw me? I work with Ephraim about 10 years now at the Fanny and Alliance Gelman Home.
The Elias and Fanny Gelman home was founded in 1999. The founder of that home was my mother, Elizabeth Casso, and Bob Cohen was best friends with my uncle, Melvin Gelman, and Bob's father was best friends with my grandfather, Elias Gelman. We thought it would be great for our granddaughter to see what her grandmother had done.
It's a very special program. The residents are so well taken care of and they're so happy. It was a wonderful experience for her to see, and it was very positive.
JFGH provided a future for Ephraim, and they provided an environment where he could flourish, where his parents could know that he was going to have a place when he hit old age, as was the case for my brother Jerry, who had had a nervous breakdown and had been to numerous facilities which were tremendously lacking. Jerry was in the Mary and Charles Oshinsky apartment program and just flourished tremendously. The staff from JFGH would come several times a week to help Jerry and to take him places and make sure he was on his medications. There were similarities between Ephraim's situation and Jerry's situation in that they were not born with the problems that emanated years later. Both came from families where these things were not around when they were born, and these things can happen to people.
I think it's wonderful what they do for Ephraim.
He is very fortunate to have had JFGH, and JFGH was very fortunate to have him. He was just such an inspiration.
He has one hand. He does everything with that hand. He can tie his shoelace, he dresses himself. He likes to do things for himself.
I've done things that I didn't think I could do because after watching him do what he can do with his capabilities, if there's something that new comes up, he figures out a way to do it.
I like it. Do it.
JFGH is one of the greatest things that's happened to our family.
If you listen and get to know him like I do, he's a sweet person.
He's loved this place since the first day. He walked in and he was happy. He likes it here very much.
And he feels independent. He was only here, I don't know, a week or so, and he was over at the house and he says, well, time to go home.
This is home.